Hi guys, welcome to Style with Joy, and I'll be taking you guys on Dartless Corsets. Alright, so get ready. So this is my plain pattern paper. So I divided my plain pattern paper, that is the front and the back. So first thing I'll be marking is my chest point, and my chest point is 10 inches. So after marking 10 inches, I'll be using my straight ruler to straighten it. So after that, the next thing I'll be marking is my under bust, and my under bust is 13 inches. 13 inches. So I'll be taking it all around 13 inches so I could get a straight line. So I'll be using my straight ruler to mark it. So the next thing I'll be doing is to take my half length. My half length is 16 inches. So I will equally be taking the 16 inches all around. Then I'll be using my straight ruler to give it that straight line. So after that, the next thing I'll be taking is to label my points so I won't get confused. I'll be labeling my half length, my underbust, and my chest points. So after that, I'll be taking my hip line, which is 9 inches, and 9 inches is standard for any measurement you are taking. So after taking the 9 inches, I'll be marking it with my straight ruler. So I'll be labeling it as my words, my hip line. So after that, I'll be taking my shoulder measurements. My shoulder measurement is 14 divided by 2, which is 7, and the dip for my armhole I'll be using is 8 inches, and I'll be using my ruler to mark the dip of my, that is the depth of my armhole. So after that, I'll be looking for the midpoint of my armhole, which is 4 inches. Then I'll go in by 0.3. Then I'll be needing my curve ruler to curve it out. To curve it, make sure you go in by 0.3. The reason why is to make our armhole to get a perfect line. So after that, I'll be taking my neck measurement. My neck depth is 3 and the width is 3. Then I'll be using my straight ruler to just give it that straight line. Then after that, I'll be needing my curve ruler to give it that sweet round neck. So after that, I'll be going down by 1 inch at my armhole to give it that slanty fitted look. So after that, then the next thing I'll be doing is to get my bust span, which is called the nipple to nipple point, and I'll be using 4 as my bust spans. Some people call it nipple to nipple point, but me, I called it the bust span, which is 4 inches. So after marking out 4 inches, I'll be using my straight ruler to give it that straight line. So after that, then after giving it that straight line, the next thing for me to do now is to mark my bust measurement, which is 35 divided by 4 plus 1. My waist measurement is 28 divided by 4 plus 1. Then my hip measurement is 39.4, which is 39.5 divided by 4 plus 1. So I'm just adding 1 inch allowance to my measurement. You can add 2 inches depending on you, but me, I'm adding 1 inch because this is a dartless corset. It doesn't have any joining, so that's why I'm adding 1 inch. So I'm going out by 3 inches to get that hip C curving, at the side. If you don't want the hip C curving, you can just use your normal cutting. So it depending on how you want the shape to look like. So after that, the next thing I'll be doing on this pattern now is to extend my line, that is my bust band line. I will extend it up, and I'll go up with 3 inches. From that my chest point. Then from the center of my pattern, I'll be coming in with half inches. So I will straighten the half inches. You can come in with 1 inch depending on you. So from my under bust, I'll be giving it this curving line. So I'm about to form a home corset cup. So I will extend that line upward. After extending the line upward, I will come down with 1 inches, and I will come out again with 1 inches at the side. Then I will take my curve ruler also to give it that homemade curve to my under bust, giving it that homemade cut to my under bust. Then that 3 inches I went up with, from that half inches I'm going to be connecting the half inches to that 3 inches upward. I'm connecting it upward, and I'll be doing the same thing to this other side. I'll connect it upward. So this is how my connection goes. Sorry, so I'll be drawing it so that it will have this curvy aspect. We have this curvy shape at the both side. So after I've done that, I've done the putting the curve. So I'm going to be using my curve ruler again to just make it more curvy. So after that, I'm going to be measuring my cup width, and my cup width I'm having is 7. That is 7. You write down the answer down. So for the down part, I'm going to measure it all round. So what I was having was 13. I'll be putting the 14 there. So I'm going to still measure the upper part, because we are going to be needing this when making our homemade cup. So what I have was 10 inches. So that is 10 inches. So I'm just using my curve ruler just to reconnect again, so that it will be very curvy. So after I've done that, so the next thing for us now to do is to go up with 2 inches. So I say it depending on the kind of shape you want for your dartless corset. So if you don't want any shape, you can just actually follow the way the shape is. But if you want shape or design, you can actually just think of something and create. So I just said I just want the look to just be elegant this way. So I just structure the shape, and I love it that way. So after I'm done with that, so the next thing I'll be doing on this my pattern is to go on to my back pattern. So I'll be bringing out my bust points, my half length, my hip line. So I'll be taking my shoulder measurements, the same thing I did to the back, I'll be taking it to the front. So I'll be coming down, I'll be going in with 1 inches. The reason why, because we just want the back to be a little bit snatched, like just a little bit snatched at the back. So I'll be going in with 1 inches from the side of my pattern. So this is the 1 inches I'm going in with, and I'll bring it down. This is it. From the edge you come out with half inches, while for the all background you'll be coming in with 1 inches. So after that, so the next thing for me is to measure our lacing area. That is what we are removing from the back, which is 2 inches, because you know this dartless corset has lacing at the back. So I'm going in with 2 inches because I'm removing 2 inches from my measurements, so to have this natural look at the back. So this is the 2 inches I'm going in with. So this is the 2 inches I'm going in with. So I'm going to be putting that lacing sign at the back, so you won't get confused when cutting it out. So the next thing for you to do is to divide your across back, my across back, by 4. So wherever you get, you just put it there, just to get the center, that you put it there. So after that, now you take your ruler. You can use your straight ruler, you can do it curvy. It's just like a design, it's not really mandatory, it's just like a design. You can use your straight ruler, you can use your curve ruler. It doesn't really mandatory. So I think I was actually putting the lines in order to I was actually saying, I was like, oh, let me first of all take the measurements first before dividing my center back. So don't forget, I said our bust divided by 4 plus 1, our waist divided by 4 plus 1, and our hip divided by 4 plus 1. So I decided to take the back measurement first before determining the center back. So this is me taking the measurements again. So after I've done taking the measurements, then remember I will go in by 3 inches or 2 inches depending on how you want. So this is me going in by 3 inches, but it is not mandatory you make yours this way. You can just use the exact line to just cut out your dress. So After that, this is me. So now I now decided to input my back dart, which is my across back divided by 4. So this is me inputting the answer. I got 4. This is me inputting the 4 inches. So you can use your straight ruler like I said, or your curve ruler. So this is me using my straight ruler on this particular line. So this is me using my straight ruler to just give it this straighty look. So this is it. You remember, this is a dartless corset. It doesn't need a dart, or it doesn't need a joining. So you just have to just mark it out on your dress when sewing, so that you actually know where you are going to place your boning. And so this is the back. This is the yoke as back side. So you can actually create your yoke. So from that next side, I actually came down by 2 inches. So I just decided to make a hole at the back, but it depending on what you want. If you don't want to make a yoke like a design at the back, you can just leave your yoke to be plain. So this is the yoke, and this is the down part of the blouse. So this is how the back look like. So I still decided to make that V curving I did at the front for the back. The reason why, so that it will rhyme very well. So this is me actually doing it. So this is me doing it. So when I'm cutting it out, I will know that it's going to rhyme together. So this is how it looks, and this is my back, and this is my front. So if you are not using a yoke, you can actually just make it curvy at the back. So now let's go to the homemade curve. Okay, so the first thing we have to do is to take our bust wide. So remember, our bust wide was 7 inches, so I'm adding 2 inches, which is 9 inches. For the length, I'm also using 9 inches. So I'll use my straight ruler to connect this way. So after that, the next thing is to measure my nipple point, which was 4 inches. Okay, so after that, the next thing I'll do is to come in here with 1.02, and here 1.02. So now I'm going to measure from my underbust. From my underbust on my pattern, what I'm having is 3 inches. So I'm going to be measuring 3 inches. Please go back to your pattern to get yours. From my underbust to my nipple point, from my underbust is 3 inches. So after I've marked 1.02 here, 1.02 here, I'll connect it this way. Alright, so I'll connect it this way. Then from here I came down with 1 inches. So after that, I'll take my curve ruler. Okay, so I'll do the same thing here. Remember, here I came down here with 1 inches, 1 inches, and 1 inches at the upper part. So I'll connect it this way. Okay, what I was having when I measured my upper bust, I was having 11. So when I measure here, I had 9.5. So 11 minus 9.5 is 2.5. So we'll be adding the smaller one to this side, which is 1 inches, and I'll be adding 1.5 to this side. So we'll mark it straight this way. So the next thing for you to do is to measure here. Okay, what we're having here is 9 inches, and remember our bust circumference, after dividing it by 4, we were having. All right, so I said after we divide 11 from 9.5, remember how we got the 11 was we took what we were having here was 11, and so the 9.5 is what I have there. I added it up, so my answer was 2.5. So I said we'll be putting the smaller one at the left hand side while the bigger one goes to the right hand side. So here what I was having was 1 inches, and here 1.5. So I now draw it straight. I remember my bust round is 8.6, so what I'm having here is 9. So I'll just be marking 0.2 and 0.2 here. So okay, what we are having left is 8.6. So you mark it this way. Mark it this way. Mark it this way. So after you've done that, the next thing now is to check what you are having here. You can see we are having 5.5 here. And if you come back to your pattern, what we are having on our pattern is 6 inches. So we are going to be blending ½ inch with our yoke. We are going to be blending ½ inch on our yoke. So if you don't want to cut it, you can equally just do it this way. Then you blend it this way. So now it's 7.5. So it's now equal and balanced.
Spiral, yeah, yeah. Fine, fine girls for my gate. Vanessa day for my place. Tolani said day for my sake. But I tell all of them to come out for my face. Yeah, come out for my face. If they like it, they talk when they start to rotate. If you know they, I know mine to go celebrate. If you want me to sing, I go sing on my day. So I tell all the girls I see them
Alright guys, so we've come to the end of our today's tutorial. See you in our next class. Bye.